the thing is when Bush runs out of, I don't think he's going to be impeached by the time he gets out of power. But when he gets out of power, is all of his people going to be ran out? Is that, in your opinion, what do you think? Do you think he's going to lose his power, or is the Bush regime going to stay in power after he gets ran out?
Well, I feel the reason to drive the regime out, whether by impeachment or other means, is precisely to repudiate his legacy and his agenda. If he's not impeached and simply leaves in the course of business, torture is not going to have been repudiated. This preemptive war, U.S. control of the Middle East, all of these things are not going to have been rejected. I mean, look at how the Democrats argue this. Bush doesn't have a strategy for winning. I mean, that's like saying you don't have a strategy for mass murder, so I don't support you. What about the fact that mass murder is wrong? What about that? So the point here is to change the political terrain very radically, and I think that it is possible. Here's how I feel about this. Look, if the political climate stays like it is now, you're right, Bush won't be impeached. We have to change the whole political climate to where the powers that be, both the Democrats and the Republicans, are saying what they did in the 1960s. Oh my God, if we don't get control of this situation, this whole society's going to fly apart. You know, people, as you characterized, there was a cultural revolution going on, there was all sorts of struggle on all kinds of fronts that, you know, made that, as I totally agree, a very exciting time. Just one quick thing, and I do encourage you to read my book. The quick thing, you mentioned the rap music. Look, I do think it's very important. I mean, look, it's very important for a place like Oak Park to be broadly anti-war, because let's face it, there are a lot of intellectuals, there are a lot of influential people that live here or around here, that teach, they're writers, they're what have you. It's very important for the intellectuals and middle-class people with more freedom of action, more resources, to be speaking out very strongly on this. It is also very important for us to go to the basic people in society and speak to their concerns and to their anger at the situation and channel it, yes, in a positive way and not in the kind of negative, you know,
well, the reason why I bring it up, since I'm on the farmhouse, and this guy's 22, and he got back from Iraq, young guy, white guy, and you know, he says, "Oh man, I just love it, man. You know, I can't wait to go back, man. You shoot him and the brains go all over, you know. And, oh man, I just love killing people. You know, the guy is like all-star wrestling or something. I mean, it is not. That is the thing.
Well,
violence is a thing. You know what I mean? So how do you change that? And that's why all these people, they say, well, torture's okay. So you got this violent thing, so well, we're not going to be pussies anymore. Let's torture and negate America. They want to destroy us. And this whole vibe is going on with violence. You know?
Right.
And he loves it. He goes, I can't wait to go back, man. All the brains go over. And I'm sitting there going, you got to be kidding me, man.
No, but you know, this is what you're speaking to is very real, and why it's so important to stop this regime, because you are training a generation of killers.
Right.
You are. You know, somebody, I think Chris Hedges said, this is the most violent army ever that is being created here. We have to stop this. I mean, what we have to remember is this is not in people's fundamental interests, and we have to get with the people who don't like it, and there are more and more of them who don't. And I just did want to mention one of the efforts of this revolution that they're doing here is going out to the oppressed communities and building a revolutionary movement, emancipators of humanity, creating a whole other kind of society, and not the dog-eat-dog, 50 cent, I'm going to get mine and let's blow their brains out kind of ideology. And let's not forget, why were the 60s so exciting and powerful? You had the joining of the basic people in terms of, you know, the Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Black Panthers, the whole civil rights thing, plus the youth and students and people.
And the Beatles.
It was a very powerful synergy, if you want to